Let's jump straight into it. The nitrogen cycle. The problem that I saw while I was looking at the nitrogen cycle myself was that there's not enough nitrifying bacteria in the soil, so not enough nitrogen is being produced in comparison to how much is being consumed by the arable crops. The steps in the nitrogen cycle are step 1, a special type of bacteria called nitrogen-fixing bacteria take in atmospheric nitrogen and produce ammonia. Step 2, other bacteria use this ammonia to produce nitrates and nitrites, which are nitrogen and oxygen containing compounds. Step 3, the nitrates and nitrites are used by plants to make amino acids, which are then used to make plant proteins. Step 4, plants are consumed by other organisms which use the plant amino acids to make their own. Step 5, decomposers convert nitrogen found in other organisms into ammonia and then return it to the soil. A few of these types of bacteria return nitrogen to the atmosphere by a process called denitrification. However, this is a very small amount. So, some fun facts about the nitrogen cycle is that plants absorb nitrogen directly from the soil, so that means there's enough nitrogen in the soil. Plants will, I guess, they'll grow well, and they'll absorb it by the roots. Animals get their nitrogen needs met by eating plants or eating animals that eat plants. So we are people, and we get our nitrogen needs from greens or from meat that we eat because we eat other animals. Fixation is a process in the nitrogen cycle where bacteria turn nitrogen into ammonium. Another fixation, bacteria uses nitrification to turn ammonium into nitrates, which this is usable by plants. So that's how plants can get their nitrogen. After a plant dies, it decomposes, where bacteria turn the nitrogen back into ammonium through a process called ammonification. During denitrification, special bacteria return extra nitrogen from the soil into the air. Plants need nitrogen to make chlorophyll, which they use during photosynthesis, which is very important because plants, that's how the plants get their green color, is the chlorophyll in their leaves. And without nitrogen, they can't make the chlorophyll, which then, in total, that can't be used during photosynthesis. Nitrogen is important to animals in many ways, which include being part of its DNA and proteins. Roughly 78% of the atmosphere is made out of a non-usable form of nitrogen gas, which is highly toxic to us people and isn't good for the plants either. Plants need nitrogen to make chlorophyll, which they use during photosynthesis. Oh, wait, 1 second. Okay, once nitrogen has been fixed, plants can absorb nitrogen through their roots from the soil process, known as assimilations. We humans alter the nitrogen cycle by using synthetic fertilizers on lawns, which adds much extra nitrogen to the soil. Too much nitrous oxide in the atmosphere can cause acid rain, which is not good for us humans, or plants either. Nitrous oxide is a greenhouse gas that is in the atmosphere. Solution to my problem, and going back to my problem, which was all the way back here, that there is not enough nitrifying bacteria in the soil, so not enough nitrogen being produced in comparison to how much is being consumed by the arable crops, arable crops is crops that we humans make, like synthetic corn, that take up a lot of nitrogen. So the nitrogen that's in the soil themselves, or there, like, that isn't made by humans, it's not enough for those crops. So I suggest that we manipulate and physically spray more nitrogen bacteria on the soil so that we can stimulate more uptake and growth in arable crops, which then causes more food to be able to be grown. And that would solve that problem. Um, that's it for today. Thank you. Bye.